Yo guys, welcome back to another video on the Flie channel. I hope you're all doing good. Today we'll be discussing how to properly warm up in Rainbow Six Siege. Warming up is really crucial to becoming a better player, so doing it is going to make you have much better mechanical skills. Before you can get started, be sure to check out my Twitch where I stream every other day, links in the description. Also consider liking and subscribing for more content like this on the channel. So, when it comes to warming up, there are many ways of doing it, but the things I will include in this video are must-dos, as even content creators such as Pac-Man Down Under and Austin have mentioned. The first thing I want to get into to really warm up properly is that you just can't play T-Hunt. Yes, it can 100% help, but an extra step is gonna make you much better. My daily routine for warming up is first to go on Google and search up for human benchmark and do the reaction test they have. Essentially, what it is a way to see how fast your reaction time is. By pressing the screen when it turns from red to green, the average scores on the site and general human reaction speed is around 200 to 240 milliseconds, but for pros in Rainbow Six Siege it is around 150 to 170. Ever since I started doing this reaction test, it has helped me a lot. About a month ago when I first started, I was hovering around 200 to 220 milliseconds and the occasional 180 milliseconds. About a week in, I was starting to average 190 to 200 milliseconds, and by the time it was a whole month, I would consistently get 170 to 180 milliseconds. This was a great improvement that helped me a lot when it came to holding my very tight angles or even peeking the edge of a bomb frame when I knew someone would have run across, exposing their head for the short amount of milliseconds. My second piece of advice is to go on Steam right now and pick up Kovacs for 10 bucks, or if you want to go all free, then I recommend AimLab, which is King George's sponsor. Quick warning though, it is a very early state, so bugs and glitches may appear. The reason I find it crucial to practice on these third-party aim trainers is because it really shows an improvement, if done for at least 1 to 2 hours a day for a month. What I do on a daily basis is that I go on Kovacs and practice on Tile Frenzy and Tile Frenzy Mini for 30 minutes. And essentially what it is just 3 squares put in front of you and you have to shoot them, and once shot they will appear in a random area in front of you every time. The next one I do is 1 wall 6 targets mini for another 30 minutes, which is similar to Tile Frenzy, however there are 6 targets and instead of being a cube, it is small spheres that are harder to hit. This will definitely help with quickly finding and taking out small targets, such as a head in a small corner from someone trying to peek me. The next exercise I do is Tile Frenzy 180 and Tile Frenzy 180 strafing for 30 minutes. It is just like Tile Frenzy, but instead of the targets being in front of you, they are forward, left and right. The difference between 180 and 180 strafing is that the strafing version has the targets moving instead of being still. One important thing I want to mention before I move on is that when choosing the sensitivity, be sure to select Reflex/Rainbow Six Siege under the game so that you can input the same FOV, sensitivity and screen size that you have in Siege without having to convert it into Kovac sense. The third thing I want to talk about is how to get your hands ready and warmed up if they are cold or tired, as they can lead to bad aim. There are 2 ways of doing this, a short-term way and a long-term way. The short-term way is to go to your bathroom and wash your hands in cold water, or my preferred way, the long-term way, is to get some kind of heater inside your room, since it keeps your whole body warm for however long the warmer is on, whereas washing your hands in hot water will only work for about 30 minutes to an hour. The reason this happens, as Austin explains, when the body is cold it draws blood from the further places from the heart to keep it warm so you do not die. The furthest places are your hands and feet. Those will be the first to suffer, and why washing them in hot water is not gonna do much other than warm them up for a bit. Fourth thing I want to touch on is now that you have done all this, it is time to hop on Siege and play T-Hunt until you are ready to start playing. For me that is around 15 to 30 minutes. The first thing I do is I go in an elimination game and settle for only headshots while clearing out the map. I make sure my crosshair is set at head level at all times, so I know when I ADS I should just be able to shoot and hit a headshot straight away. Whereas if I was aiming at body level or even worse leg height, then I'm just shooting them in places where they can tank those bullets rather than just die. But it is also important to get into the habit of hitting headshots, given that Siege is a one-shot kill if it is a headshot. After that, I go and do the same thing, but this time by putting my gun in single fire mode. This will help you make sure that you are hitting headshots rather than body shots. After that, I go again, this time by spraying my whole mag if I see a room filled with enemies, and try to go for the head only. This is to help with recoil control, so that you are ready for gunfights where you just spray the mag, even though that is not the way to go. After that, I pick Sledge or Amaru through and take out the SMG-11 and try to go for headshots only, given its really high fire rate and low amount of ammo. But if you really want a challenge, then try and take Dockerby and use the SMG-12 since it has an even faster fire rate and harder recoil to control. Once you are done with these T-Hun warm-ups, I never hop straight into ranked. I make sure I play a quick match or unranked first to get in the mood of how I play your in-game moves. And so that is it guys, a guide to help you get better mechanical skill in Rainbow Six Siege. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and consider subscribing. Catch you guys in the next video.